Hello everyone. Today we will talk about the commutative property of multiplication. Let's start. Calculate in two ways the total number of trees. I should count all the trees, or I should find a way to calculate the total number of trees. So I will try to count them by rows. In the first row I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will make a group of 5. Great. And then the next row I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have also 5. And the last row I have also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many 5 do I have? 1, 2, 3. The number 5 is repeated 3 times. So it's 5 times 3. And the answer is what? 5 and 5 makes 10. 10 plus 5, it's 15. So I can say that these three present this equation. 5 times 3 equals 15. Okay, great. Now if I want to calculate and count the number of trees by columns, okay, let's start with the first column. I have 1, 2, 3. So I will make a group of 3. Great. The next column, 1, 2, 3, it's also 3. And the next column, 1, 2, 3, it's also made of 3 trees. And the next one is made of 3 trees. And the last column in here is also made of 3 trees. So how many 3 do you see? It's like 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. How many times is the 3 repeated? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We say the number 3 is repeated 5 times. So it's what? It's 3 times 5. And the answer is also 15. Great. Now we've seen that we have calculated the number of trees in two ways. Horizontally, by counting the number of trees in a row, I have 5 and 5 and 5, and I've written that it's 5 times 3. Great. And the other way is calculating by counting vertically, and I have 3 in a column. How many 3 do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 3 times 5. Great. So as you can see, 5 times 3 is equal to 3 times 5 because both are for calculating the same number of trees and both have the answer 15. If you watch closely, I have 5 times 3 is equal to what? If I flip the order, it's equal to 3 times 5. Great. Now let's have another example. Calculate in two ways the total number of objects. Let's start calculating the total number of stars. I will start by counting in rows. In the first row I have 1, 2, 3. 3 stars for the first row. In the second row too, 1, 2, 3. Here's another 3. So if I want to write a multiplication equation, how many 3 do you see? Great. I see the 3 two times. So it's 3 times 2, which is 6. Great. Now, if I want to calculate the same number of stars in another way, I will count now the stars vertically. Now, let's start with the first column, 1, 2. So here's the first 2, the next column, 1, 2, another 2, the last column, 1, 2. So here's the third 2. So how many times do you see the 2? It's 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6. But if I want to write a multiplication equation, how many 2 do you see? 1, 2, 3. We say that the number 2 is repeated 3 times, so it's 2 times 3, great, which is 6. Now, if I want to sum up this one, I say that 3 times 2 is the same as 2 times 3 and is equal to 6. You see 3 and 2. Here I flip the order 2 times 3, okay? And they have the same answer, 6. Great. Now let's count the hearts. I will start by counting in rows, okay? The first row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first row contains 5 hearts. The next row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also contains 5 hearts. And the row below, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It also contains 5 hearts. And the last row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5. Great. So how many 5 do you see? It's 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. How many 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 is repeated 4 times and the answer is 5 and 5 makes 10 and these 5 and 5 makes 10. So in total I have 20 hearts. But if I want to write a multiplication equation, I have the 5 repeated 4 times. So it's 5 times 4, great, which is equal to 20. Now let's try to count them in column, okay? The first column, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first column contains 4 hearts. The next column, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's another 4 hearts. Great. The third column, also 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 hearts. And the next column too, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hearts. The last column, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the last 4. So how many 4 do you see? 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. The 4 is repeated 5 times. So I say, if I want to write the multiplication equation, it's 4 times 5, which is 20. Great. Now to sum up here, I say that 5 times 4 is the same as 4 times 5, which is equal to 20. Okay? So it's okay if I say that to calculate this hard, it's 5 times 4. And if you say it's 4 times 5, it's also correct. Okay? Great. Now let's do this exercise. Match the labels having the same number. I have here labels that I should match the ones that have the same numbers. Great. The first one in here, 9 times 5. 9 times 5. I just want to see if there is another label that will have the same answer as this label. 9 times 5. It's the same like what? 1 times 5? No. 3 times 7? No. 5 times 9? Yes, because we've seen that I can revert the order. Okay? 9 times 5 is the same as 5 times 9. Great. Now, the next one, 5 times 1. 5 times 1. Let's see here. I have 1 times 5. Oh, that's it. 5 times 1 is equal to 1 times 5. Great, I will match. Now 6 times 10. Okay, here I have 3 times 7. Here I have 7 plus 7 plus 7. No, it's not correct. Here I have a repeated ones. No, here I have 10 times 6. Yes, I have 6 times 10 and 10 times 6, which are equal. Great. Now the last one in here, it's 7 times 3. 7 times 3. For the next column, I have 3 times 7. It's the same. Great. I will match because I can flip 7 times 3 and 3 times 7 and I will have the same answer. Great. And these additions in here, let's see. 7 plus 7 plus 7. I see the 7 repeated 3 times, so it's 7 times 3, or it's 3 times 7. Let's see. Oh, here I have 3 times 7. I can match it with 3 times 7, or I can match it with 7 times 3. Okay, but this one is closer. Great. Here I have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I have the number 1 repeated. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So the number 1 is repeated 5 times. It's like 1 times 5. Do I see 1 times 5? Here, no. Oh, here it is. 1 times 5. I will match it. Great. That will be all for now. Thank you for watching.